Thanks for tuning in. Ham Talk Live will be on the air shortly. Please stand by. Thanks for tuning in. Ham Talk Live will be on the air shortly. Please stand by. This episode of Ham Talk Live is brought to you by Tower Electronics. For connectors, cables, and more, call 920-435-2973 or visit pl-259.com. And by the Ham Station. Get your new radio or antenna by calling 800-729-4373 or go to hamstation.com.
It's Ham Radio with Neil Rapp. Here we go. Welcome to Ham Talk Live. Call in, let's talk. Neil's your guy. Ham Talk Live. Here we go on Ham Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ham Talk Live, episode number 13. Our Dayton Hamvention preview, Contest University with Tim Duffy, K3LR. Recorded live on Thursday, May 12th, 2016. I'm your host, Neil Rapp, WB9VPG. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Ham Talk Live. Tonight on the show, the one and only Tim Duffy, K3LR, will be here to talk about Contest University, and we will take your calls live in just a few minutes. Last week on the show, Jim Teeterman, N8IDS, and Mike Coulter, W8CI, were here to talk about what's new at Hamvention this year. So if you missed that show, you can download it at any time at hamtalklive.com or on Spreaker, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, TuneIn, or YouTube. Also, we ran out of time to announce our contest winners, so we did that on social media, but our lucky winner last week was Marty, KC1CWF. For calling into the show, Marty won an admission ticket to Hamvention. Now, Marty doesn't need one since he's a student and he's speaking, but his mother does, so that's in the mail for him to use, and on behalf of us at Ham Talk Live, we hope you both have a great time at your very first Hamvention. Tonight, we want to take your calls as always, so in just a few minutes, be ready to call in. You can call us on Skype. The username is Ham Talk Live, or by telephone. The number is 812-NET-HAM-1, 812-NET-HAM-1. Tonight, we continue our Dayton Hamvention preview, and remember that we will be broadcasting live from Dayton. If you are in Dayton on Hamvention Eve, that's Thursday, May 19th, stop by the lobby of Spring Hill Suites in Miamisburg near the Dayton Mall at 417 North Springboro Pike. We'll be interviewing the audience live on the show, giving away prizes, possibly some surprise appearances we're working on, and taking calls from people talking about their favorite part of Hamvention. So if you're on the road to Dayton, we'd love for you to call in and talk to us about your favorite part of Hamvention. Or if you can't make it to Dayton this year, give us a call and tell us your favorite Hamvention story. Check our Facebook page for updates and the details. Also, our Ham Talk Live shirts will be on display at the Hamvention broadcast next week. We hope to have them online any day now, so we'll post the link on our Facebook page and Twitter feed just as soon as it's ready. We'll be back with Tim Duffy, K3LR, next after this word from Tower Electronics right here on Ham Talk Live. This episode of Ham Talk Live is brought to you by Tower Electronics. Tower Electronics has been the Ham's dime store since 1978, bringing connectors, antennas, cables, and other parts to the world. Scott and Jill travel the country bringing their store to you at Hamfest, but you can also order online at pl-259.com or by calling 920-435-2973. Stock up on those supplies like PL259 and N connectors, audio cables, mobile antennas, and ham sticks. Their silver-plated N connectors are even in use on the International Space Station. Tower Electronics is a dealer for MFJ, Comet, Daiwa, OPEC, Workman, and Ham Pro Technologies. Tower Electronics, online at pl-259.com, proud to sponsor this episode of Ham Talk Live.
This portion of the show sponsored by our mystery sponsor, a product so good they are paying us not to advertise it on this program. You're listening to Ham Talk Live with Neil Rapp.
And we'd like to thank Tower Electronics for sponsoring the show. Scott and Jill arrived today in Dayton to get ready for their booths at Hamvention, both inside and out. Or you can visit their website, pl-259.com. Be sure to listen to the show every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here on hamtalklive.com. Also, check out our Facebook page and Twitter feed. Just search for Ham Talk Live. Tim Duffy, K3LR, is the founder and chairman of Contest University. In addition to becoming the director of Contest University, Tim is president of his local club, the Mercer County Amateur Radio Club, the Radio Club of America, the Western Pennsylvania ARRL section manager, and chief operating officer of DX Engineering. Tim is a member of the CQ Contest Hall of Fame and was on Team USA for the World Radio Team Championship 4 times and a graduate of the Pennsylvania State University. Tim is a recipient of the 2015 Amateur of the Year Award presented by the Dayton Hamvention Awards Committee. So, Tim, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on Ham Talk Live this evening.
Well, thanks very much for having me, Neil. It's a real pleasure to be here this evening.
Well, tell our listeners a little bit of the history of Contest University, why you started this, and how it became popular with all of these contesters.
So, Neil, I've been going to the Dayton Hamvention over 40 years now. Since I was 13 years old, I've been going, and the Hamvention itself has been always the focus out at Hera Arena. But one of the areas that has been very fascinating for contesters and DXers is in the evenings at the Contest and DX Hotel to learn about the various tips and tricks for contesting and DXing. And this used to be done in the hallways and in some suites that were packed with guys at the Biltmore Hotel and the Admiral Benbow Hotel and the Sheraton Hotel. And back in the early part of 2000, there was a contest seminar, Contest University, that was held out in the Washington, D.C. area. It was a one-day deal hosted by the Potomac Valley Radio Club. And even before that, there were contest universities that would gather in guys' homes, in their living room. They would spend a day talking, and this was hosted by the Yankee Clipper Contest Club. So my thought was, why not take all these crowded suites and hotel lobbies and hotel hallways and jam-pack the information so that anybody could have access to it at a day-long Contest University in Dayton, Ohio, and do it just before the Dayton Hamvention starts, so that if you wanted to go to the Hamvention, you had one travel situation. What happened, Neil, was amazing. We have a lot of attendees to Contest University that never go to the Hamvention. They come to Contest University on Thursday, and then they go home. And that just blew my mind. So now we're celebrating 10 years of doing this. I thought the first year, if we got 50 guys, we'd be lucky. We got 150 guys. And this year, we have almost 300 participants at Contest University in Dayton.
Well, that's just really amazing, and such a fabulous idea to bring that to everyone. What has happened, though, is this is spread. So tell us a little bit about how Contest University has gone on even in other countries now.
Yeah, Contest University caught fire, and it has been produced in 15 different countries. And I've been a part of many of those. In fact, I helped the first time that we did it in Italy and the second time that we did it in Italy. I also presented it the first time we did it in London. But Contest University has been held in Russia, in Australia, in Brazil, in Finland, many times in Germany, and here just 2 months ago in Italy, which was the 7th Contest University. They have 2 a year. It's so popular. They had over 400 people attend.
That's amazing. And so this year is sold out, as we know, and you say that's right around 300 of people, right?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty incredible because it's starting to tax the space that we have available. And each year we have all new content. So the professors that we have each year work very, very hard on their presentations to make sure that they have the latest information in contesting. And there's some DXing in there, but a lot of it is technology-based or analytics-based. We're very excited this year to have Val NV9L, who is one of our new professors, talking about analytics and how you take a look at your contest scores to get better. We've had Dr. Bob Heil. He was there last year. We have Rob Sherwood, who is the recognized leader in kind of the consumer reports to amateur radio transceivers and receivers. And he has a ranking on his website. And his session, which is the last session, is a packed house. I mean, it's standing room only. So we're really excited that every year it just continues to get better and better. This year we have some handbooks that have charts and guides. We have a glossary of all the terminology that is used in contesting. So even if you're new, you can dive right in and you don't have to feel like, what is this jargon? What are all these abbreviations? And the great thing is 70% of the students that will attend Contest University this year in Dayton are first timers. And that says that says a lot. And so we're very excited about that, Neil.
Yeah, I know we're excited about Val's analytics at the high school where I teach. We actually tried to do some analytics on what we did this year in our school called Roundup, as well as CQ Worldwide, and we're really looking forward to that. And what are some of the other new things that are going to take place at this year's Contest University?
Well, we're going to be showing some new radios. The ICOM IC7300. Actually, the radio will be there, so that is a pretty incredible thing. And Rob Sherwood will be talking about all the radios that were released here in the past year. One of the other things, we're going to be talking about coax connectors and how important it is to install coax connectors properly. Greg Orty, W8WWB, is a real expert in this area, and he'll be presenting. We're very fortunate to have Kirk Pickering, K3LR, who was the National Contest Journal editor for many years. He'll be talking about doing contesting the right way. You know, contesting, radio sport contesting, is the kind of thing where you're on your honor, and you have to do the right thing and play by the rules. And so Kirk will be giving that presentation. It's his first time to be a professor as well. And, Joel Harrison, W5ZN, he has presented many times at Contest University. He was the ARL president for many years, and he'll be talking about 6-meter contesting. So that's real fascinating. I've seen his slide deck, and it's great. And, Neil, a lot of people are getting involved in digital contesting, RTTY and PSK31. And we have the director of the CQ Worldwide RTTY contest, Ed Munns, W0YK, is going to give several sessions on RTTY. And every year, his particular presentations, you can't find an empty seat in there. So it's really just, it's over 20 presentations in one day. And the great thing is, Neil, even if you don't come to Dayton, we're going to have several of these presentations live streamed on the internet. DX Engineering and ICOM America are working together to bring it live. And so if you go to the website, which is contestuniversity.com, here probably tomorrow, you'll see the button you click on. And if you're at home, whether you're in Japan or if you're in Berlin, Germany, or you're over in Indianapolis, Indiana, and you can't get to Hamvention, you can't get to Dayton, Ohio, you'll be able to see some of the selected sessions of Contest University.
Well, that's exactly what I was getting ready to ask you about. So be sure to tune in to those if you can't make it. And there are usually some archives as well, right, after the Contest University is over.
That's true. All of these sessions that are streamed live are also recorded and will be posted on YouTube. And Neil, if you can't wait for next Thursday, sessions from 2015 and 2014 are in the video section of contestuniversity.com. So you can go there now and see what it looked like last year and the year before.
Yeah, and we posted a couple of pictures from last year on our Facebook page and our Twitter feed, and it is no small room, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pretty massive group of people, and the information that we came away with last year was just fabulous. So if you didn't get in this year, watch the webcast, watch the archives if you can, and if people didn't get in this year and they want to go next year, how do they go about doing that for next year?
So in the middle of December, because we found that a lot of spouses like to give the Contest University experience as a Christmas present. So right around December 15th, we will open up registration for next year's Contest University. So you just watch the website, contestuniversity.com, and you can sign up right there. You know, it's very easy. All you have to have is a credit card or a PayPal account. Either one works fine, and you'll be able to sign up. Neil, this was the first year that we sold out, and we actually have people that have begged us, said, "Geez, I want to come, and I didn't get my reservation in time, or I didn't realize that I would be able to go until the last minute." So we've got some people kind of standing outside hoping that some of the students don't show up so they can get their spot. But it's been this has been our most productive year when it comes to registrations. And it's a real credit to the professors that really do all of the hard work of putting together the slide material, making sure that it's accurate, and then having to stand up and present. And as you know, you've been there, they do a phenomenal job.
Absolutely. You just can't find any better experts in all of these fields. And we decided to do the CQ Worldwide RTTY contest for the first time. And we'd never worked RTTY before as a club. I used to work RTTY when I was a kid. And so we had a lot to learn about contesting digitally. And so we were able to get some of those sessions in, and that definitely helped. And so there's just all kinds of things there, so make sure you check that out. Well, we have some questions for you coming in on Twitter, and we're going to start taking some phone calls too, but we do need to take our final break. But we'll be back with more from Tim Duffy, K3LR, and your calls next, right after this message from the Ham Station. This episode of Ham Talk Live is brought to you by the Ham Station. For 35 years, the Ham Station has brought new and used radios, antennas, accessories, and equipment to the amateur radio community. Give Jeff or Dan a call at 1-800-729-4373 or order online at hamstation.com. Ham Station carries all the major brands like ICOM, Yaesu, and Kenwood. Shop from a wide selection of radio scanners, MFJ accessories, Heil Sound products, Mirage and Ameritron amplifiers, Cushcraft antennas, and more. Easy online shopping and fast shipping are waiting for you at hamstation.com or call 1-800-729-4373. The Ham Station, proud to sponsor this episode of Ham Talk Live.
Ham Talk Live with Neil Rapp. Hey, baby, I'd love to be in your grid square.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Thanks to the support of the Ham Station to help bring Ham Talk Live to you each week. Visit hamstation.com. Tim Duffy, K3LR, is our special guest tonight on our Dayton Hamvention preview series, and we'll start taking your calls now, so please give us a call. Feel free to ask Tim about contesting, DXing, Contest University, or anything. Just give us a call at 812-NET-HAM1. Again, 812-638-4261. Or you can Skype us at Ham Talk Live. Dr. Scott Wright has sent me some things on Twitter to be sure to include to you. So, first of all, he says that if it were not for Contest University, he would not be going to Hamvention nearly as often, and to thank you so much for your leadership with contesting. And he wants to know, where will you move Contest University if you have over 400 people wanting it next year?
Well, we have thought about that. And there are a couple of options. We're looking at several of them. One of them is the Dayton Convention Center, which has a very large venue. So, we're keeping our eyes headed up, and if registrations next year look like they're going to blow beyond 300, we'll seriously look at another venue.
Okay, very good. And his other question for you is, what is your favorite contest event outside of Contest University at Hamvention?
My favorite contest of the year, I would say, is the CQ Worldwide DX CW contest at the end of November. I've done it for a long, long time, and it has just amazing participation all over the world, and I would say that's my favorite one. But that's tough to do, Neil, because they really all are my favorite. For a long time, my favorite was the ARRL Sweepstakes contest. I used to do that single op, and I was doing very well at it in the 1980s and 1990s. And I also liked the National Contest Journal CW Sprint contest. And, I still hold some records in the Pennsylvania QSO party. So that's a real tough question, Neil.
Well, why don't you tell us, by the way, again, give us a call, 812-638-4261. 812-NET-HAM1 or Skype Ham Talk Live if you have a question. Another question here, tell us about some of the other activities that are going on there, the Crown Plaza, the band and the pizza party and all those kinds of things that are going on after Contest University.
Well, it even starts, Neil, the day before Contest University on Wednesday. And we have a website that really encapsulates the entire Dayton experience if you're a contester. And that website is Contest Super Suite, all one word, all together, contestsupersuite.com. And on there, you will see all of the activities that a contester should really think about. And there's a webinar that I did probably about 2 weeks ago that really outlines all the activities that are there. There's a button on that website called Contest Related Events, and it really if you print it out, Neil, that is it's kind of a schedule of events for a contester. So for the entire weekend, starting on Wednesday afternoon and ending on Sunday morning. You won't miss a thing if you take a look at that. Contest University is on Thursday, but on Wednesday night, we have a really cool pizza party there at the Crown Plaza. And it's a little bit smaller and more intimate. It's typically the CTU students with the professors. On Thursday night, we have a chicken wing and pizza party that's at 10:30 in the contest super suite there on the second floor of the Crown Plaza. On Friday, we of course all day Thursday is Contest University. On Friday, I moderate the antenna forum. I've been doing that for over 30 years, and that is really a cool session. We've got 4 great papers that will be given at the antenna forum. That's at Hera Arena. And also then Friday night, I host the top band dinner with these are the 160-meter experts and operators that like to operate on 160 meters, the top band. And then again, we have the contest super suite is open. There's going to be a German beer deal for WRTC 2018 this year. And then at 10 o'clock, Neil, it's the Spurious Emissions Band. And it's Ward Silver and Scott Robbins and Sean Kutzko and Kirk Pickering and maybe a few other add-ins. And it is an amazing 1 hour from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the Presidential Ballroom on the second floor. And the links to those to past Spurious Emissions concerts are on YouTube, so you can see them. But this year, we increased the size of their sound system, and it should be a just phenomenal deal. And we're going to broadcast that live, too, on the internet, so you'll be able to see that live. Thanks to DX Engineering and ICOM America partnering together to bring that live. And Saturday is the contest forum at Hera Arena, and Doug Grant, K1DG, has a really good lineup of papers there. And then kind of the icing on the cake is Saturday night when we have the contest dinner. And this is the 24th annual contest dinner. And I've been organizing it for all 24 years. And this is where the CQ Contest Hall of Fame inductions are done. And it is also, we have a great keynote speaker. It's John Crivelli, W2GD, who has been a contester for 50 years. And he has got a very heartwarming story, his own story told by John of life in ham radio. So, and then we have another pizza party Saturday night. So
plenty of pizza to go around.
it is incredible, Neil. On Friday night, which is the busiest night in the suite, the poor guy, we actually have to have 2 different pizza vendors to supply enough pizza. And these guys will bring in 40 pizzas, and within 13 minutes, they're all gone.
They're gone. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pizzas sold in Dayton. I think that may be part of that estimated million or two in the economy of Dayton, right? Is that just in pizza alone?
I think that's probably right on the money. But the great thing is all these pizza parties are sponsored by contest clubs or individuals that are giving back and want to have fun. And really, that's what this whole ham radio hobby is about the people. And the radio and contests are just kind of the vehicle to get some unbelievable friends together and meet new friends and tell stories and learn things and share things.
812-NET-HAM1 or Skype Ham Talk Live to ask your questions to Tim Duffy. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the Spurious Emissions Band for just a moment. For people who are not familiar with them, if you're not. The whole premise of the Spurious Emissions Band is to take some good old time rock and roll and change the lyrics up just a little bit. Did you say that's a fair assessment?
That is a very fair assessment. And the great thing is that I've been told that their songbook has over 150 of these, and each year they come away with about 10 or 12 that they present to us that are the best of the best. It's just incredible. I mean, it's one of those moments that 60 minutes, Neil, when you just say, stop time right now, because I'm here in a room with 400 or 500 of my closest friends. We're laughing, we're smiling, and we're having the time of our life.
So these lyrics are changed to make these songs have a ham radio theme, if you haven't figured that out yet from the spurious emissions. So that's a fabulous event, and so I hope you can get to see that, or as he says, watch it online, even if you can't make it to Hamvention next week. And so we have 1 week to go. Tim's making his final preparations, and I know you're extremely busy with all of the things that you're involved in. And last year you were recognized as being the Dayton Hamvention Amateur of the Year. So that's a very well-deserved award, and we thank you so much for all of your leadership in contesting and taking care of all of these events and make sure that they go off without a hitch.
You know, Neil, it was phenomenal to get recognized by the DARA, but it really is a testament to this hobby and to the people that have been with me throughout this, that I owe a lot of thanks to, that mentored me, that were role models for me. There were so many over the years, but when I've asked people to be professors at Contest University, they've said, how can I help? What can I do to get on board with this movement? And certainly I couldn't do any of this without the help of Terry Greiser, KMNJ, who works lockstep with me every year to make sure. I mean, there's so many different things. You wouldn't believe, Neil, but I host 2 board meetings during Hamvention for the WWROF, which is the Worldwide Radio Operators Foundation, and also another group. And all this stuff goes on behind the scenes, and all these things are committed to making our hobby better, preserving what we have, and passing it on to the next generation. So that's why your involvement and the students that you bring and that energy. Here a few weeks ago, I was presenting the video that you were a part of and your students were a part of, that Christian, K3LR, did last year, about your experience and your students' experience at Contest University. I presented that to the Northern California DX Foundation when I was in Visalia, California, and they were very happy, very, very satisfied with the investment and the donation that they made to make that possible. And they said, let's do it again. Let's do it bigger. So not only this year are you and your students coming back on a scholarship, but we also have students from Virginia Tech, from Wright State University. I mean, this thing is catching fire.
Yeah, my students already were excited to hear you speak about that on Ham Nation, that some of the Virginia Tech folks that we talk to on the air will get actually to meet them at Contest University, and we're just so thrilled that other schools are getting involved with that, and we're doubling our numbers this year. We're bringing more. We've got more excited about Contest University, and so we can't thank them enough. And Christian for making such an excellent video. We really thank Christian for that, and of course he's got his podcast going, 100 Watts in a Wire, and does a fabulous job with that. And so we we're just very glad to be a part of it, and just really looking forward to coming back next week.
Well, we're excited to have you, Neil, and I think it's going to be a tremendous Contest University on Thursday next week.
812-NET-HAM1 is the phone number, or Skype us at Ham Talk Live, or you can tweet us too. That's at Ham Talk Live. You can do that as well. We have a few minutes left for some questions. If you want to do that, why, ask Tim anything you want about Contest University, contesting, and all the meanwhile, you have this company to take care of. In the middle of all of that, you have your company to take care of.
Right. I have a day job, and you talk about a tremendous team. I am just so happy to be a part of a team of folks at DX Engineering. Does a tremendous job, and we're trying to help people every day get their stations together, improve their stations, put up a new antenna, and have fun with this hobby. And Neil, I got to tell you, we are growing like a wicked weed. We are growing leaps and bounds. Every month, we're doing more and more business, and it has just been a phenomenal experience. I've been with DX Engineering now for 3 years, and the growth has been phenomenal, and it's because of all the people that are involved. We brought on just recently Yesu and Kenwood and Alinco. ICOM has been with DX Engineering almost from the beginning, and then we manufacture some of the most unique and high quality products for your station: noise canceling controllers, balance, 43-foot verticals. We supply aluminum tubing. It goes on and on and on. And I know, if you go to the website, hey Neil, I got to see the new catalog that we're bringing to Dayton, and it'll be in everybody's mailboxes when they come home from Dayton. And I got to see that new catalog today, and God, is it good. We have 500 new products in there.
Wow.
500.
Wow. You're going to have to start paying Terry more. I think.
I'll tell you what, she is a hard worker. And the great thing is there are so many hard workers. I mean, when Bob Nauman, W5OV, and Steve Hanna, KC8YSU, and our manufacturing manager, W3CDG. And you know what, Neil? Everybody at DX Engineering is a ham. We're all hams. So we're all doing what we love. And whether it's somebody that is packing, N8OQQ is responsible for packing all the orders up every day, or how about Tammy and Diana that do all the soldering of our custom cables? And I mean, you talk about living the dream. That's what we're all doing. So we're having fun, and we're delivering best-in-class products.
When you're having fun with your job, that's just the greatest thing. And so I'm glad that you guys are able to do that. And there's a couple of things that I know I'm going to check out, and I'd love to so maybe get by the store this summer. That's on my list of things to try. So we'll see if we can get up there. Now, go ahead.
No, we'd love to host you, Neil. And if you want to come on a Thursday, we could do the show live from DX Engineering.
Oh wow, we may have to do that. Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here for the last question a little bit, and ask you if you had to pick your favorite Contest University moment, your favorite memory from Contest University, what would it be?
I guess what comes right to my mind, I mean, there's so many of them, but what comes to my mind was there's a photo actually on the Contest University website of a guy who's got his hand in the air, and he's stretching. He's in the back row, and he's stretching his hand up really high, Neil. And that photo was taken probably 5 or 6 years ago during one of the sessions, and that that guy is Lee Weichel, KH6BZF. And when I was growing up, I was in grade school the first time I heard Lee. And I heard this guy in Hawaii with this monster signal. And his phonetics were Kilo Hotel 6 Bloomin' Zipper Flipper. Now you're gonna remember that. But he made it a point to fly from Hawaii to Contest University. And Lee had gone through some terrible medical issues. Lee, when he came to Contest University, was in a wheelchair. He had lost both his legs due to diabetes, and he had the best attitude of anybody you wanted to meet. And when he came to Contest University, he said, Tim, I need you to come down to me, and I need you to look me in the eye. And so I bent over, and he hugged me. And he said, you're doing the most amazing thing for ham radio. You don't know it, but you're doing the most amazing thing. And I love you for doing that. And it was only a year and a half after he was at Dayton that Lee died. And he gives me so much inspiration, even to this day. Anytime that I say, oh, geez, we're getting tired, or Terry says, oh, it's unbelievable. We have this problem and we got to work through it. All I have to do, Neil, is think about KH6BZF and what he said to me at Contest University. And so that's one of many moments that I've had there.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. It's a very, very touching story, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule, especially a week away, to come on the show and tell everybody about Contest University, and hopefully we can boost those numbers up a little bit, and we may have a good problem on your hands to make another expansion.
Yeah, we never do the same thing twice, and I'm all about pushing this forward and making it better and expanding. And of course, we'll be having Contest Universities in Germany in June, and also in the United Kingdom later in the fall. So there's lots going on here.
All right, contestuniversity.com is the website, and this is Tim Duffy, K3LR. Tim, thank you so much for taking time out tonight, and I will see you next week.
All right. Thanks again for having me, Neil. It was great to talk to you and all your listeners, and I wish you safe travels.
Thank you so much, Tim. That is a wrap for this week's edition of Ham Talk Live. I'd like to thank Tim Duffy, K3LR, and everybody listening out there in cyberspace, and our Twitter followers and our callers, and invite you back to the show on Hamvention Eve next Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, when we will be live from Dayton. Please give us a call at 812-NET-HAM1. We're not asking one person to be on the show. We have some surprises, but we want to take your calls, and we want to get you at the Spring Hill Suites to tell us about what you like about Hamvention. And so we're not going to have a regular guest next week. It's all up to you. So please give us a call, 812-NET-HAM1, or Skype us from Dayton, or on the way to Dayton, or from your hotel, or from home, and join us for this live broadcast. Better yet, show up if you can. And for a list of all of our upcoming guests, visit hamtalklive.com. So for now, with Tim Duffy, K3LR, this is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, saying 7375, and may the good DX be yours.